Good evening.
All right, Aaron, it is ready when you are ready at 7.
Okay, thank you.
Happened to your hand.
I left my mountain bike.
Oh, no.
Okay. Welcome to the Town of Henrietta Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. Tonight, we will review each application presented before the board in order of receipt. We will basically have 2 applicants tonight. We have one online, one in person. Just a general flow of things. First, when we do start the meeting, we will call up the applicants to present their application. The board members will ask a few questions about the application and interact. We will then allow a public comment period for those online and in the audience. And once we have the board members have vetted their questions, we will then vote. If the variances are approved, you will then receive a letter from the town in a few days to continue the process. Your approval here is not to go ahead and start work. You do have to go through the additional paperwork. If your variance is rejected, that's it. Housekeeping items, emergency exits are here. And if you go out either the front of the building or the 2 exits out the back, there is a bathroom. If you go out that way, I don't know which direction that is. And that's it. And if we can please stand for the pledge.
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. And we will go for roll call. Robert Peckham is absent. Beth Mosworth is absent. John Miglerini.
Here.
Christian Chamberlain.
Here.
Heather Robinson.
Here.
Timothy Harrington.
Present.
And Aaron, that's myself.
Aaron, you're here?
Yeah, I think so. And can I have a motion to pass the July minutes or August minutes, please?
Yes, I move to approve the August 2nd, 2023 meeting minutes.
Second.
Minutes approved.
Oh, everybody say aye.
Oh, sorry. All those in favor of passing the minutes for August?
Aye.
Aye.
All those not in favor? Okay, minutes pass. All right, at this time, we would like to call forward application number 2023-079 for Thomas Martin. Please state your name and address into the mic.
Thomas Martin, and I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you asked. Is
Okay.
that it?
Address.
Oh,
Your address.
77 Elton Way, West Henrietta.
Thank you.
Mr. Martin, anything you want to add to the application?
Not particularly. I mean, it's really just slightly larger shed than what was there. I did print some pictures out of what I took down because it was in pretty rough shape. Didn't know if you needed to see those or not.
Oh,
You're going to be doing any electricity or anything out to
No.
it? No.
No, just a storage shed. My girlfriend and I joined houses and need some extra space.
You're going to be putting crusher down or concrete or
Crushing one.
crusher?
Yep. Yeah, I've got it all framed in. Crushing run's coming tomorrow. And if I get the approval for the size I'm looking for, I'll get that ordered. And if not, then I'll do one that fits whatever I get approved.
it looks like you're saving the existing concrete pad.
Yeah.
what is your intentions for that area?
We're gonna make it like a little sitting area, kind of decorate it a
Okay.
little bit,
Mhm.
Okay,
just like a little patio in the back.
all right.
Mhm.
I have no further questions.
I'm good.
Anybody have any problem? Good. At this time, we'd like to see Heather, if there's anybody online who'd like to comment or from the audience?
I have no one online except our friend Joan from BJ's.
Okay. And nobody else is in the audience.
And I have talked to my neighbors immediately around me and they're all fine with it.
Thank you.
Okay,
One
perfect.
neighbor told me I could have moved it back towards the property line more. I'm like,
Okay. Well, they didn't show up, so.
Well, that and you can't because there's the drainage.
right.
So,
Yeah.
All right,
That's it.
go ahead.
Yep.
Mr. Chairman, with regards to application ZBA 2023-079 for an area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has duly advertised and held public hearings, has considered all the relevant information and has considered all the potential benefits to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relationship to such variance. Now therefore be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of facts. The variance will not result in an undesirable change to the characteristic of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties, will actually change the look of the older shed that was there. The variance cannot be achieved by some other feasible alternative. Applicant needs additional space as he's combining two houses and he needs storage. The variance requested is not substantial. The variance will not result in a negative effect on the physical or environmental condition. The difficulty related to this variance was self-created. Applicant is replacing the older shed. And be it further resolved that based upon the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approves the variance as presented.
I'll second. Oh, you can have it.
By Christian.
have
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? And with that, the variance passes and then the application is closed.
You were good?
Thank
All
you.
set.
And I just wait for paperwork to come. in the
Correct.
mail?
Yeah, in a couple of days, you'll get more paperwork from the town and then you can finish the paperwork.
All right, so finish the paperwork sent and just bring it back in or mail it back in or?
No, so you'll get a confirmation of the decision letter,
Mhm.
and then you need to stop in the building department for the permit.
Okay,
Have you submitted for that yet, or
yeah,
did we have the paperwork on it? Okay, I'll let my staff know that it's all set and ready to go.
okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you very much, appreciate it.
Thank
Have a
you.
Good night,
Have a
guys.
good one.
Have a great night.
Okay. And with that, we will open the applications 2023-77 through 82.
We have somebody online?
Yep.
Yeah.
She's muted. Heather, I think, has to unmute.
Oh. Is this BJ's? You ready for me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, great. Good evening. I'm Joan Legay with BJ's Restaurants. And tonight, we're before you to ask for a variance on it's a silo that we want to add to our restaurant that just opened this week in Henrietta. And
I'm sorry to interrupt real quick. Could you just state your name and address, please?
sure, Joan Legay. Address is 7755 Center Avenue, Suite 300, Huntington Beach, California, 92647.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anything that you would like to add to your application?
Just want to give you a little bit of background. I know we submitted it along with the variance request, but as you probably know, BJ's opened this week, our first restaurant in Henrietta, and very excited about that. We have a contemporary American brew house architectural theme with our restaurant design. And we have a long history of brewing beer. We're not brewing beer at this location, but at our earliest restaurants over 40 years ago, we used to actually brew beer in some of our restaurants. And back in those old restaurants had a silo. It actually was a functioning silo. And as a nod to our long history of brewing and just for a touch of nostalgia, we've reintroduced a silo, a non-functioning silo to our newest restaurants. And we'd like to add one here in Henrietta. It's a kind of a cool architectural feature. It's a corrugated metal silo. As you can see in the rendering here, it's actually lower than our lowest parapet. It's a 9-foot wide diameter silo. And we'd like to paint a kind of an authentic looking BJ's logo on it. It would be just a non-illuminated painted logo. It'd just be a unique feature. I know it's being considered as a pole sign. That's kind of the way it was categorized with our application to the city. However, it is 95 feet away from Jefferson Road, so it's certainly not serving as a pole sign. We think truly it is an architectural feature, but I took it to Planning Commission last month, and they were really excited about it. They wholeheartedly supported it and thought it was a cool feature. And I'm hoping that you feel similarly. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Hi, Tim Harrington. So I think the first question is, why now and not with last year's signage application that we approved?
We didn't have it designed then. This is truly just a new feature, something we've been working on all year. That I have 3 restaurants that are, I'm trying to add the silo to. One just opened in Chandler, Arizona, and it just got approved. That restaurant just opened, and the silo will actually be installed now, probably 30 days after the restaurant opened. We're also working on an application in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is just still under construction. And then the third one was Henrietta. So it's truly just a new feature that we want to add as soon as possible. We just think it's a great enhancement. It's just a cool feature, and we like it a lot, and that's why we want to add it here.
Understood. Next question is the front setback of 0 feet is relative to what? It is the parcel boundary or the building?
Correct. We're correct. We're on like a postage stamp parcel there, sitting there in the parking lot. We sit very far back from Jefferson.
Right. So it's misleading in the way that it's written, but to your point,
That's correct.
95 feet from Jefferson Road.
That's correct.
Okay.
I guess I have a question. I know that the logo is going to be painted. Did you guys explore any other options besides?
No, we've looked at really authentic looking silos and kind of long history of silos, either at breweries or just farming operations. And the ones that we think look the most authentic have a hand painted logo as opposed to like a mounted sign. So that's what we thought would really be the most authentic and kind of, coolest looking feature.
Okay.
I don't have additional questions.
What dictated the size of the silo?
The manufacturer, they only make a few different sizes of silos. So this is a 9-foot diameter silo, which we thought the proportions of it fit the best with the scale of our restaurant. And the silo here is shown at 23 feet 7 inches to the top. Actually, the manufacturer I'm working with right now, Alpha Poultry, it's actually 22 feet 6 inches. Their 9-foot diameter silo. If you go down to a 7-foot diameter silo, it just starts to look skinny and doesn't look as authentic.
Okay. I have no further questions.
I'm good.
Good. Okay. Everybody okay? Any comments from anybody online, Heather?
Nope, not so far.
Okay. And with that, I'd like to close this application.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to pause closing this application.
sorry, yeah,
Because
you have to go
the
back.
apparently the online files for the application are corrupt, and I would ask for a moment to try to figure this out.
Okay.
Okay.
Tim, were you getting an error message, dear?
I got it now. That it did that thing where it doubles files and some of them can't open.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We're good. Mr. Chairman, with regard to applications ZBA 2023-77, 78, 81, and 82 for an area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has, one, duly advertised and held a public hearing, two, has considered all relevant information, three, has considered the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variances. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. One, the variance will not result in an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties. The solo sign is not common in this neighborhood, but will provide unique character that is consistent with the BJ's restaurant theme and will create a unique and tasteful aesthetic. Two, the variance can be achieved by some other feasible alternative. There are many ways to market and promote a product, but a silo sign is a creative and unique way to add curb appeal. Three, the variance requested is not substantial. Total signage square footage is insignificant increase, but front setback variance of 20 feet off of code, though the sign remains significant distance from silo to road, Jefferson Road at 95 feet. Four, the variance will not have a negative effect on physical or environmental conditions. Five, the difficulty relating to the variance was self-created, but it is the belief of the zoning board of appeals that this is a tasteful addition to the property. And be it further resolved that based upon the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approve the variance as presented.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? And variance passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Thank you, you too.
Heather, am I good to close the meeting?
Let's do it. Haha.
Yeah, and with the closure of applications, we will end the meeting at 7:16.
Make sure you should tell Tim that, or not.
I would like to note that the meeting was closed at 7:16. Not 8:30, not 9 o'clock.
That's definitely not a poke at an actual chair or anything.
No, I would never.
Wow.
I love it. I love it.
Do the math on cases per minute. Two
Yeah.
cases is pretty.
I did wait until the meeting was closed, Heather, just so you know.
I appreciate that.